Well, it's great to catch up with trainer Don Charles, trainer of Daniel Dubois. Now, Don, we was here when December 23rd at the last Saudi event.
Yeah.
He was going against Jarrell Miller, and we're back again.
Yeah, we are indeed. We could make this a regular thing, Spence, provided we keep winning, and I'm sure we'll be doing this again.
Well, listen, we had that conversation against Jarrell Miller, and you told me how the fight was going to unfold. You broke it all down, and he executed that game plan. Now, you've been with Daniel now for 3 fights. The first fight was going to always be a tough one against Alexander Usyk. He performed really, really well. Come up short there, went back to the drawing board. And I think, Don, that was possibly the moulding of Daniel Dubois. That was the one where you go, that give him more confidence. He took a lot from that defeat.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Every disappointment, you have to try and draw positives out of it. And I believe, like you quite rightly said, yes, of course, we would have loved to have gotten the decision on what happened. I won't regurgitate that. That's old news now. But in hindsight, that was our first fight together. It didn't go our way. We learned from it. We went away, regrouped, learned from it, came back here in December. And yeah, he executed the game plan. And we grinded out that victory, a tough victory against the durable, formidable American, big mouth American Baby Miller.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I was there for the fight, and there was question marks surrounding Daniel with the public, not with us, but with the public. I see Daniel in the gym all the time with yourself, so I know what you've been working on. The physicalities have always been there with Daniel, but you worked on the psychological side, and that's what's made him the more complete fighter now. And I think we saw that with Jarrell Miller. There were times there when the fight was getting a little bit tough, and I saw that what you was doing in the corner, and that was an important part of the makeup of Daniel, wasn't it, that was maybe missing in the past?
Yeah, there's also the maturity. He's now 26 years old. You think what this young man has achieved. He turned professional at a professional boxer. He became a professional boxer at mere age of 19 years of age, and from there to where he is now, 26 just, and what he's gone through and what he's achieved is remarkable. And he's maturing all the time. In stature, he's growing. He's learned on the job, basically, because he didn't have an extensive amateur career, okay? And so he's had to really learn on the job, such to say,
Sure. Yeah, now, I mean, look, let's fast forward now till Saturday night. He gets the opportunity now, again in Saudi Arabia, against Filip Hrgovic, a great fighter who you know very well, going back even to the amateur days. Good fighter. They both earned the right for this fight. Now, just to clear this up, just to clarify this, it's not for the vacant IBF title, is that right? Because I think people are unsure. Is it for the vacant IBF? Is it not, as Alexander Usyk relinquished it? Can you give us any update on that?
Although I haven't paid too much attention, but I'm aware of the situation, is that as we sit here, it's not for the IBF belt, and our focus has never been on that anyway. Had they thrown that in, fantastic. As the way it stands, also fantastic, because Hrgovic is our belt.
Yeah, I mean, look, Don, we can break the fight down in a minute with Filip Hrgovic, how you see him winning, what the strengths are for him going into this contest. Can you also clear this up for me? Can you clarify if this is true, not true? Does the winner of this one potentially fight Anthony Joshua September the 20th at Wembley Stadium?
Again, that's, what I'm like. The concentration is purely on what's going to happen on the 1st, okay? I'm aware of what's been spoken about, but it'd be foolish of me or the team to divert and look at that. But it has been mentioned, yes.
Okay, look, let's get to the fight Saturday night. Hrgovic, how does he win?
How does my guy win?
Yeah.
We have
what weaknesses do you see in Hrgovic?
I see a lot of strengths, and I also see a lot of weaknesses. So we have to exploit his weaknesses, and we've made provisions to accommodate his strengths.
I mean, on the same card as Jarrell Miller, when Daniel boxed Jarrell Miller, he boxed Mark Damori. We didn't really see too much in that. Mark Damori didn't come to fight. It was a one-sided blow, so you couldn't read much into that. But when you go back to Hrgovic when he boxed Zhang Zhang, did you see anything there that give you any confidence going into this fight? Because there were times there when it looked like Hrgovic might be looking to come out of the fight. I mean, he pulled it round and got the victory, controversial albeit, but did you see any weaknesses there?
You always seek and you shall find. I see the positives, like I say, in every fight. I watched that fight. I saw lots of things. I saw loads of strengths. I saw loads of negatives. So therefore, like I said, I'm not going to elaborate. As you know me, I'm being very cagey with the answers.
I'm just trying to push it there.
I know. No, it's your duty to do so. Please try and keep pushing me, but you're not going to get it. Like I said, look, this is my research. I'm not the only coach that does this. My research goes beyond that. I look at tapes of when Hrgovic was an amateur. Coincidentally, he fought a guy who I'm currently training in the name of Tony Yoka. Yeah. They met twice in the amateurs, and Tony was victorious on the 2 occasions he fought Hrgovic. So I go beyond current. I go back. I look at his amateur set. I look at habits, good habits, bad habits, and then I fast forward it to date. Have those habits been sorted out, or have they not been sorted out? So that's how I work. Currently, we would demonstrate. My guy is going to demonstrate on Saturday how to beat this guy. He's unbeaten at the moment, but I believe he's going to sustain his first loss on Saturday.
So you go way back. You look at the makeup of a fighter, the character of a fighter, and see if they've sort of changed that, and you will test that. You'll try and exploit that on Saturday.
Correct. I'm sure he's done the same, but on Saturday we will demonstrate that we've done our studies, and we're going to exploit it.
You know, I said there's a new improved Daniel Dubois. I think we saw that against Jarrell Miller. Are we going to see more on Saturday night? Have you been working on other stuff?
Most definitely. It's about layers, you know. We did what we had to do to grind that very hot. It was always going to be a tough fight against Baby Miller, mentally and physically demanding, and he came through that. You know, I know I can just say this because we got that victory. I'm actually glad, and he's glad as a fighter, that fight went up to 10 rounds. He didn't come out and knock Baby Miller out in a couple of rounds. You know, that fight showcased everything that all the doubts people had in Daniel Dubois. That fight showcased everything, and basically they can't question him anymore.
Brilliant. Listen, Don, can you do me a big favour before we finish this interview? Can you look down the barrel of the camera and tell our viewers why they should be watching the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel watch along on Saturday night?
Because when I'm on it, when the Don and this man here, right, me and this guy go back a long way. This is beyond boxing. Me and him go back beyond boxing. The reasons you should tune in, we give it to you here live, undiluted. There's no frills. We say it how it is. So tune in and let it happen.
The talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel watch along live Saturday night.